A tale of two strategies on the campaign trail. While Trump and Jeb call each other names, other candidates say they just want to focus on the issues.
I said he's a stiff, and I said that if he was in the private sector, he wouldn't be able to get a job. Other than that, I think he's excellent.
Because I'm taking him on. He's not a conservative. He is a person that tries to insult his way to the nomination. He's all the things that we know what he is, but he's not a leader.
And when people go negative, it's because they got something they're not doing right to connect.
When Republicans are doing this stuff to each other, the Democrats are sitting on the side just cheering. They love it. They love this stuff.
Here to weigh in on the South Carolina ground games, Adolfo Franco, former John McCain advisor, Mercedes Schlapp, former spokesperson for President George W. Bush, and Richard Fowler, national syndicated radio host and Democratic strategist. Adolfo, I'll start with you. I mean, this is always the back and forth in every campaign. There's it depends which persona you're taking on at the time. What do you think is working right now? To be on the attack like Donald Trump, to call the names, or to try and act like you're the nice guy? What's working right now?
Well, I actually think going on the attack is working, and it has worked historically in South Carolina. That might not be what people want to hear, but I'm just giving you the bottom line on this. We know there's a history, particularly in South Carolina, of fairly nasty campaigns. In the year 2000, that was really where it really got quite nasty between Senator McCain and, of course, Governor Bush at the time, who became President Bush. So I think I don't want to say it's a South Carolina tradition, but they're certainly used to these types of attacks. I think Jeb Bush has realized that the nice guy image that he has portrayed, and he is a nice person, by the way, just doesn't cut it. And this year, the bottom line is Donald Trump's insults and attacks that have been ongoing for many, many months has yielded results. No one can argue with it. So I think we're going to see more of that in South Carolina.
Richard, I mean, it's all kind of fake anyway, because even the people who pretend like they're being nice, then their super PAC goes out and attacks the other candidates. So it's not like anyone is really being nice anyway. But John Kasich is the one who's kind of tried to stay in that space where he's going to be a nice guy. He just picked up a big supporter, Ken Langone, coming over from the Chris Christie camp. So now maybe he will have the money and the backing in order to do some attacking. Should he do it?
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, super PACs are a very, very big problem. And here's the thing. I agree with Adolfo. South Carolina is not for the faint at heart. This is where the tough get tougher. And I think what John Kasich is going to have to do over the next coming days to make himself viable is really be the positive guy. If you look at the exit polls out of New Hampshire, the people who didn't like the drama loved John Kasich. So if he could be no drama John for the next couple of days, he's going to be in it to win it. With that being said, Donald Trump is definitely the front runner. He definitely comes out #1. This is a fight for second place, and I got to tell you, I think John Kasich is better than any to get it.
Mercedes, I mean, it's a fight for second place and distant second. I mean, Trump's way out in front again.
I just want to say we're throwing Southern hospitality out the window going into South Carolina.
There we are.
Yes, here's what's happening. Again, we're talking about messaging, right? So what has worked for Donald Trump? Working for Donald Trump has been able to create the weak positioning of the other candidates. For example, calling Jeb Bush low energy, going after Cruz as well with his Canadian citizenship. It is where Donald Trump has been effective. And although they did a focus group this morning, and some of these the South Carolinians basically said, oh, Donald Trump is too crass. They also said, interesting enough, that he would be the inevitable nominee, which is fascinating, because what's happening, his message of saying, you know, I'm going to make America win, you're going to win with me, making America great, all that simplistic message is really working. In particular, he's not talking about the social issues. He's talking about the decline of our economy. He's focusing on that, and that really hones in, especially with the blue-collar workers.
Yeah, and he's mean-spirited, and people are sick of being nice. You know, they're down with that right now.